Gaming is the act of playing electronic games. Technically, gaming first began ever since the first video game was invented, which turned out to be Tennis for Two, all the way since 1958 after a quick Google search. However, the first game that actually experienced commercial access and started laying the foundations for the gaming landscape we love today. These days, if someone tells you that they are a gamer, you imagine them at home with their PC or consoles and headphones, ready to hop on a AAA game, indie game, or any other game on the market. The definition of gaming simply states that it is the action or practice of playing games. This means, despite disagreement, that simply playing a casual game on your phone, in the bus, or while waiting for something counts as gaming. Remember playing Angry Birds as a kid? Yes, that's gaming too. Since the moment you touched any video game, you have technically been a gamer. Even so, most people consider actual gaming to be what I described earlier. And granted, most consistent gamers usually play on a console or PC. After all, that's where most of the popular, competitive, and best games come from, and by extension, produce more money and have more players than those cheaply made mobile games, right? Well, shockingly enough, it is actually mobile games that make the most revenue than either console or PC games, sometimes more than both combined. Generally, if you were to ask someone what their favorite game would be, it would most likely be a console or PC game. And since those usually cost money to buy, you would expect them to make more money since most mobile games are free. And while they do have mobile purchases, so do PC and console games. Even if there are more mobile gamers than the other two, most of them should just be casual gamers or kids playing on their parents' phone. So, how can this be? At first, one possibility that I thought was that people would not waste as much money on PC and console games since they make superior single-player games, or one-time buy games such as Elden Ring or Minecraft. Minecraft in particular, which can be played both in single-player and multiplayer, is, according to Wikipedia, the best-selling game ever, with over 300 million copies sold worldwide. Considering that a copy of the game is around $30 or euro, it has made over 9 billion in revenue. However, the highest grossing single-player mobile game, Candy Crush Saga, has made over 12 billion. Candy Crush Saga of all games, a game that is now considered an ancient relic, washed away by the sands of time, while Minecraft is still active to this day. So in regards to single-player games, mobile games come out on top. So maybe the reason is because people play single-player games much more than multiplayer on console and PC. Well, after a quick search, it turns out that no, multiplayer games are much more popular than single-player games on all platforms. On mobile, that at least makes sense, as ads are constantly being pumped out, such as videos being sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, or not too long ago, being Rise of Kingdoms, in which then turned into a meme. Other than that, there have always been beloved mobile games that have been respected by all players, such as the Supercell games including Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, and Brawl Stars. There's Boom Beach too, but no one talks about that.
What the hell is even that?
Those Supercell games are in the top 50 highest grossing mobile games, by the way. But now we've seen that it's not the lack of sales on the PC and console side of things in either single player or multiplayer. Why does mobile still make more revenue? The more I research, the less it made sense. I found out that there are too many PC or console games that have mobile version or mobile spin-offs. Some of these are games such as Slay the Spire, Pokemon Go, and Dead Cells. This should mean that the players would be inclined to grind these games, and not play multiplayer games which create much more revenue than single-player games on mobile. Dead Cells you can even get for free if you have a Netflix account, so logically, this should decrease sales. Other games such as Geometry Dash, which is considered a classic with no in-app purchases for both PC and mobile, have much more people getting the free light version on mobile than buying the actual game, which is much more common on PC. The pattern I see here is that most of the classic OG mobile games and 99% of the popular multiplayer games are completely free to play. Whether they are pay to win is another story. If anything, Other high-grossing games on mobile are ones such as Fortnite or Roblox, which are also popular on PC and console, and are known for kids using excessive spending. So, once again, how is this happening? Well, obviously, I'm no economic games expert, but I do have a few theories or at least contributing factors to answer this question. The first one has to do with the console wars. It's not uncommon to hear someone having more than one console in their lifetime, or a PC and console. But you almost never hear someone bragging about having two gaming phones. The point here is that the fixed cost of owning a PC or console in the first place makes people who don't have one dump all their money into mobile games instead. Perhaps this is why PC and console games get much more love and attention than mobile games. Because once you have one, you get access to a lot more quality and variety of games. Another reason why PC and console games are making a lot less money in multiplayer games is because PC and console multiplayer games are, for the most part, not pay to win, and the only thing money can give you access to is either buying the game itself or skins. This is emphasized on the popular new game Marvel Rivals, which is completely free with everything unlocked upfront from the get-go, with only cosmetic purchases available. Whereas other games like Brawl Stars give you the seasonal passes which actually helps you progress and unlock the newest features. This has actually affected some games negatively, such as Clash Royale, which, as the many YouTube videos will tell you, fell off due to excessive pay-to-win by the developers. Finally, this might be something minor, but remember all those classic OG games I mentioned earlier? Well, most of these had sequels released that are, of course, monetized. These included PvZ 2, Angry Birds 2, Jetpack Joyride 2, which is locked behind the Apple Plus, and another example, which might not apply to this but still worth mentioning, is the premium version of Shadow Fight 2, which straight up just gives you free gems and resources which you usually need to pay for. On the other hand, on PC in particular, you have stuff such as Steam Unlock, which lets you download games for free. And in consoles, you have plans such as PS Plus, which also gives you tons of free games. Or generally, across all consoles, you can just share the disc or cartridge in the case of Nintendo Switch, among friends and family, which reduces average spending. In the end, despite PC and console gaming being the superior gaming with greater audiences, esports and love than mobile games, it is still somehow lacking from a numbers point of view, compared to mobile games. I personally play a little bit of all three platforms, however, anyone can dedicate their time to play any form they want. That's the end of this video. Guys, if you want to hear more about mobile games, in particular Brawl Stars, then check my channel. It's full of videos about it. I will expand my horizons and cover more PC and console games, so if you have anything you want me to talk about, then just comment below. Or you can leave yourselves to your thoughts about the gaming paradox.